Hello everyone. Welcome to some Planet Coaster today. Adrian, Paprika, Andrew Sowers, Owen, Anime with a Toy Freddy, 1987, hoy, to you. Nat cats all around, pellet guy. Oh boy, it's been a little while since we've done these. So I'll be most likely pretty rusty when it comes to live streaming, but that's fine. That's why we hop back into it. So let's see what we got here. So welcome to Alpine Odyssey. For those of you who are first joining us here today, Alpine Odyssey is what, almost 2 years old, I think, at this stage. It's been a really long-term build project in Planet Coaster. It is divided up into many sections and themes, and is hopefully going to be the only theme park that I have to build in this game, because it should cover pretty much all my interests. We got things such as the European section, the Aztec section. In the back there, we're working on the Greek section. We're gonna have an Asian theme, a water park, and the mystery theme that is ever so a mystery. We got backstage, we got vehicles, we got parking lots. We're gonna have a hotel probably at some point and resort. Alpine Odyssey is a really big project. Okay, so how's audio balance for you guys? Music's hopefully not too loud and stuff. When was the last stream? Like 6 months ago, for Alpine Odyssey at least. Hello Vin, and hello Espionage. That's been happening here, so I haven't been able to watch me for quite a while. Well, I just essentially started uploading again, so no one's really been able to watch me at all. Sounds good for you? That's good. Okay, so we need to figure out what we're doing today. I kind of started it up without thinking about it, as I generally do with most building games. But I think we're going to be over here in the Greco-Roman area. I kind of want to finish up a little bit, hey Silent Night, of the amphitheater. I know it's not an amphitheater now, by the way. The comment section has, yet again, proved me wrong. I want to try and clean up this side of the building, add a few things, add some connection points to the plaza, make this kind of fanciful, windows and doors. I might make this a staff building, like come inside and put some staff rooms in here so that staff will go in and out of it, especially entertainers. It'll kind of look like they work in the theater. If we have time, we might touch up some of this area as well, work on some of the transitional spaces. Go live and yet you have to go to bed. Wow, jeez. Now you have to stay awake longer? Oh no, life is terrible. Over here, might, if we have time, again, trying to maybe finish up this area. This is a restaurant of some sort. It's pretty plain looking right now, but the foundation is there to touch upon. Good morning, Rick. Yeah, talking to your girl. I take precedent over your girlfriend. You can tell her that I said so, and so therefore you have to listen to me. Little playground. We touched upon this a little bit last episode, but this is a little bit of a closer look for you guys. Here, I'm thinking about changing the color of this slide. I don't like the lime green. In fact, we're doing that first. We're gonna do that first. Hey, Diesel. I don't want it red. I already have red slides here, and I already have a blue one. So maybe a neutral color would work. Let's figure out what would work here. Maybe an orange of some kind. I think that color. So let's select some of these going down. I think that looks a little bit better. It's not as burn your eyes kind of a color here. Bop, bop, bop. And lower piece, y'all. We have to get the upper entryway as well. Just like that. Oh, I missed a piece somewhere in here, and I think it's this. And there should be another piece right here that we can just barely see. Let me just clip inside the building. Oh my goodness. Can I select this piece? I can. Alright. There we go. I think that looks a little bit better. Blends in a little bit more. So, okay. So what do you guys want me to work on? Should we work on the theater or the restaurant on the right side? Go ahead and let me know. And we'll see if we can accommodate that. Dun, 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 dun. You know, I'm taking such a break from Planet Coaster that the music actually is refreshing. It was funny. The Hippodrome coaster will not be touched upon until we're actually in that section over here. So we're working right to left. So we're gonna go all the way across. And plus, the Hippodrome coaster is gonna probably encompass a lot of the theming and design choices from this side as well. So if I were to build that now, it might not fully match everything else. Might as well go with the theater to complete the structure. Yeah. Reasonable, I would say. Alright, let's change the time of day. Let's try and get this closer to noon. Or, you know what? Why get closer to noon when I can just make it noon? Boom. It's now noon. I have the power. Okay. So what I might do is make an entrance on this side of the building. Make it a little bit more grand. Some staircases. Could do some garden work. Potentially. Let me go to our friend Google Earth. And actually look around Italy a little bit here. Because luckily, Italy is still very historical. What are my inspirations for the park? I don't know. I don't really have any inspirations from other theme parks. In fact, I'm not really much of a theme park enthusiast. It's really just architecture in general. So, for example, if I went into the European section, you know, looked around, like this is based off a train station in England. This is, I'm forgetting now, it's been 2 years, a Dutch castle inspiration kind of thing over here. You know, and a whole bunch of medieval buildings. So I just kind of look around and pull aspects from real life. It's essentially my inspiration. All right, let's go to satellite view. Let's see, should I pull stuff from Rome or actual Greece? I might actually go to Greece for this. Let's see. Even though Greece is mostly ruins when it comes to their architecture, maybe Rome. Rome would be better. Or Venice. Okay. Look around, find an interesting old looking district here. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing. In fact, I could actually show, let's see. Would it be this and then throw this over here? Nope, that's not it. I think I want this and boop, that. There we go. It's almost like I know what I'm doing sometimes. Almost. So I'm trying to find a cool facade to put on this side of our structure right now. So I'm just gonna cruise around Google Earth a little bit. Now I know we don't really have a church building, but a church facade's always cool looking. Looks very classy. I love how that thing just squeezes in there now. I bet this was far more beautiful 1,000 some years ago. Let's see. The church and church. Church and church. Literally a block away from each other. Man. Italy is just a crazy place. Oh look, another church. Look at that. Amazing. Here's another church. And another basilica. Alright. Let's, anywhere I can get street view here? Nope, not in this area. It's just too narrow of a road. Churches are usually pretty well detailed. Yeah. See, I think it's unfair religion kind of has a monopoly on really cool looking buildings. Okay, so now we're getting to some street view stuff. So let's plop down. Boop. This would have been a good inspiration if it wasn't getting repaired. Let's just cruise around for a second. This is where I get my inspiration, by the way, guys. Like, I will straight up copy elements from a street and just be like, hey, look, I made this up. I didn't. It's a lie. I don't like any of these buildings. I need to find like more official buildings. Like this is kind of commercial, residential structures. Ooh, can I get down here? It's another church. Kind of standard columns here. Man. Tell you what, let's copy this, or loosely base it off of this here. So we'll need some sort of figurehead over a tallish door with a window above it surrounded by columns. I might even bump it out a little bit, get a little bit of a roof line in it. So that's what we will do. Let me pop that over to my other monitor. All right. So to do that, I'm gonna go ahead and find the center of this building, which is right here. I'm just gonna edit this a bit. And let's go ahead and grab a door. I need to find a door that is going to fit what you want it to do. Remember, this is main game only, no DLCs allowed. Tallish, those are 2 stories tall. I know, I mean, I guess they're considered giant order, but it's like on the bottom of giant order. Like this is proper giant order. Like this is probably a 3-story building. In terms of scale, I think. So, I don't know. Let's see, what's a good door? That's a little wide. In fact, I want people to go into it. So, as you guys know, I want my buildings to be enterable. Especially the ones I plan on decorating the interior. So we're gonna knock out this whole wall. Because I'm a crazy person. And we're gonna have to reskin this whole thing. And the door will probably be open just for the sake of access. Because I don't like it when people clip through doors. It's not really that great. What am I making? I'm working on our theater from the episode on Friday. So, windows are our best friend for thin walls. Generally. Which one do I usually use? I think this one. Okay. Let's plop this down. I'm gonna need an archer. Let's make sure this is only main game as well. Come on, spawn in for me, guy. It has been a little while indeed. Alright, so I want it to be not quite twice as tall as the archer. A little bit more central. I think I'm gonna do about 1 1/4 in terms of width. So I'm just measuring out the door right now. And we need to build a frame. So we'll rotate this and this. Get rid of these because the door would be open. Come down. Double these up so that it doesn't look like a window anymore. And I'm gonna leave the window frame showing. I'm working on a staff room right now. And that's gonna be inside the theater. Hey, Joe. Alright, and Ed, how's it going? Okay, we got that. Let's see if I can't get a path up here because I want it to be functional. Okay, width. Obviously, we're gonna have to widen this a bit. I wonder if I could get a double. Oh, that would be cool. Let's get rid of angle snap. Oh, turn into a staircase, dang thing. Yeah, the frame rate's beautiful. I know. Why is that not turning into a staircase? I wish there was a way to force stairs. Fine, 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 fine. Why don't I change it? It's not a graphics issue. It is frankly the game engine is failing more so than anything. My computer is not stuttering at all. This is 100% just due to the game. Okay, I think that's fine. I think that's probably going to be the best we can get it. In terms of placement, so that means I need to widen up this doorway a little bit. just inside the wood. Path trim. All right. No, I mean Alpine Odyssey did benefit from my PC upgrade. So like if I take a look at my task manager just to show you guys, like this is what it's looking like right now. So you can see I'm using about 50% of my GPU between, you know, Alpine Odyssey and OBS, CPU about 50% as well, memory a little bit. I have a shit ton of memory, so I don't think that'll ever max out. So really it's just the game engine can't handle rendering all of this. And if I hit play to kick all the guests out like you're suggesting, I'll lose even more frames. For that whole time it takes them to like leave the building or the park in general, because here, I'll hit play. This is what it looks like when it's actually simulating. It's a little stuttery. Okay. Like I think when I hit play I have 10 FPS, and when I am otherwise normal I have 20. So it's a bit of a difference. Let's use a door. Let's find a door, because doors can be used for columns, such as this. So if I were to just insert this and flip it upside down, so we get the square bottom here, and do something like that, we can get a ledge and a column all in one. I'll scan over the door, or I might keep the door, to be honest. It's a change in texture, so that's cool. And then, let's see, what happens if I use the back side of the door? Here, like this. Still getting that wood. Frame rate's pretty good for that amount of objects. I think so as well. Okay. So we got that, and then I'll just squeeze that into there. Alright, is there really no way to build parks, individual parts on different canvases, parks, and stitch them together when they are all done? No. I mean, like, I could build a building in another park and copy it over and place it into my park, but that'd be about as close as you would get. But it wouldn't, like, stitch it together, like, by itself, no. Let's do kind of a gentler sloping roof element. I don't want a crazy amount of overhang, I just want to kind of match the top of that. And I might even leave that sticking out as like a little detail. Someone should create a mod for it. I mean, the game doesn't support actual engine changing mods like that. Right now, it just supports the Creator Studio thing. The Theme Maker's Toolkit, I think, is what it is called. That's changed. Let's do this. Oh my god, Gizmo tool. You slow me down so much nowadays. Okay. So we got those. Let's move this up. The trick to get a good seam, by the way, is you just slightly bend them together and then pull it back until you just barely have a line or lose a line. And then you're gonna get a really good seam when you match it, just like that. And you're gonna get this nice sharp angle. Old school greatness. Yes, it is. Happy you guys are excited for me to return a little bit here. I know some of you are curious if my job situation has gotten any better. I'll be the first to tell you it really hasn't. I was working 16 hours every day over the holidays, so that was fun. But I'm gonna try and force myself to keep recording for you guys. This park has more parts in the parking lot than most people put into their entire park. I suppose so, probably, yeah. Okay, so we got that. Kind of the entryway there. Now, if I zoom out, we're gonna get some LOD issues with those windows, but that's fine. They kind of fade away quickly enough. I'm gonna use this as like a little motif for the upper portion. Just put a little window. I like these windows. They add some nice little detail. My job impacted from the shutdown. I'm exempt from the shutdown because I work in payroll and people still need to get paid. And year-end taxes need to be filed and other things. So no, I'm not affected personally. Our company is a little bit in terms of people do have to take some PTO days. I think they're only allowed to work 24 hours a week or something like that. So happy to see the series back. Well, thank you. I know it takes a while. All right, let's keep detailing this out. Using way too many parts, like always, just to build a door. Check this out. This is a door. We have successfully made it. I might push this forward a bit. Or this section back. Might be a better idea. Because I don't like how it's clipping through the window. Oh, look at that. Look at that. How am I going to push that straight back now? Okay, so I'm going to go a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left. There we go. It has been pushed back. That looks good. Just running this live stream while playing the game myself. Nice. That's how it goes. Let me know if you want to do an SE series or the Public Wants to Survival series maybe. Yeah, sure. We will take notice. Even though I've been playing a lot of Atlas. Like a lot of Atlas. I don't know if you guys have seen any of my stuff, but like I've just finished. Let's see. This is our ship in Atlas right now. So this is the Michael McDonald. It's a really cool brigantine. So it's a 3-mast ship on there, you know? So this is what I've been sailing around in. Working on my base. Trying to get that figured out. Did we continue? No, I haven't. We haven't worked on that tower with Rudy in, I mean, years. I mean, again, not because he didn't want to do it. I just didn't have time. So, I didn't want things to be held up because I couldn't record for a week. have that. I kind of want to get some lines on this roof. Which is hard to do when you have such a thin surface area. So, oh, thank you. I'm glad. I'm touched. You guys really were happy that I'm back. Means a lot. Okay, let's do this. Add some texture to the top. Atlas has been doing pretty well all over once they got the launch issues ordered. Shame that even my upgraded GPU can't really run it very well. Yeah, it's very interesting. I can run it on Ultra. And then some people with pretty much my same spec can't. I don't know why. Did I finish the water ride? No. And will it be finished? Probably not. Not for a while. I don't even want to think about that water ride. And how dare you bring that up? Have you finished the water ride? Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash, don't crash, don't... Oh. Good. So let's lighten this up. Kind of like that. So there's some texture. I kind of want a heavier footer for this because you can see this pillar is just kind of fading away into nothingness. A little weird looking for that to happen. So what we're gonna do is something like this. It's a nice concrete and brick footer for this to sit on. You promise? That's fine. You're just hurting my feelings. That's okay. And we got that. We need to copy it down, just like so. And even here as well. Boom. Thanks, Palsy. Lay. I'm gonna go with Lay. All right, so that's a little bit more of a grand entryway into the theater. I'm gonna use basically blocks to straighten out this staircase a bit. So this is always a good trick to do. As long as you encompass where it's kind of curving at, kind of like that, you can just straighten it right up. Now, like, the lines are a little crooked, but the actual framing isn't turning anymore. So from a distance, it's not super noticeable. See? So it looks a little bit more proper. In fact, I'm gonna rotate these about 180 so we can get some finer details on the top portion and the heavier stuff on the bottom. Creation looks amazing. Is there a secret to being able to make such beautiful creations? Look at references. Don't be afraid to, you know, copy or take inspiration and just change it a little bit to fit what you want to do. That's a good idea. You can also, I do have a building basics series that you can watch, which kind of goes over a little bit of what I do personally when I make buildings. You can see all these gray boxes and stuff. Generally, I'll kind of make a form and then just throw details over it. That's good. But definitely practice for sure. Just so you get used to the controls and your workflow. But really, you know, just try copying some stuff, you know. I mean, that's how you learn drawing and painting. I mean, just copy. Okay. I think that's fine. I'm not quite sold on these door frames, to be honest. Like, it looks a little weird. It's such a drastic change in texture that I am going to not do that. Instead, I'm going to reseal the original paneling here. Because that's just too drastic of a shift. So I need to somehow get this to match up. It's always fun. I'll probably just get this to slip behind the right side. Just barely. So the image flips. There we go. Okay. The transition from playground into the archway of the Colosseum is crazy good. Talking about like this transitional area, like going by the playground and then you're in the Colosseum. I think. I need to put railings, by the way, because right now people could just fall off this thing. But looks good. Look at that. Look at that train going in that tunnel right there. And then you can look down and potentially see the train go by here. Those of you who don't know, I did kind of touch up this area a little bit. We don't have quite the tunnel on this side built just yet, but I at least finished up the top section as well. Which, by the way, this view is going to be amazing because this is going to be a good view and you're going to be able to see the whole Asian section from this side of the playground, which is just going to look beautiful. You're going to get a good view of the log flume splash zone, a bit of the train going around, a bit of the train going down below. This is why I love Alpine Odyssey. You just get so many opportunities for good views, even though half the time I don't plan them out. It's just, there's enough stuff that you can happen upon something. So it works out. And I think that's another good thing about having a lake in the middle of a park. Like, I think Busch Gardens does this a lot. Or, not Busch Gardens, what is it? Epcot? Is it Epcot for Disney World? The one, it might not be Epcot. I don't remember. But Disney World does have, like, a park that is around a lake. And seeing across it creates so many opportunities for visual points. Yes, I do want to add some of those in there. We do have some of those vista points, like those visual points, like say here, you know. I kind of hide them into cameras and stuff. Are there any fish in the lake? I don't know, let's dive underwater. Nope, no fish. All right. I need to copy this thing, undo, keep the selection, go across here. Same with these, if I can get it. Oh, nope, not what I wanted. There we go. It's important to try and get these all to line up beautifully. I think I need to copy this over because it has kind of that shadow line that gets created. Underwater in this game isn't actually underwater. The water is just a texture. It's just a thin layering that sits across the surface. They didn't want to do like volumetric water. which I don't blame them. If they had volumetric water in this, one, it would be impressive, and really, I think it would make the game look great. Two, my FPS would be worse than it is now. I don't think in the current state of the game that they should do any sort of volumetric water. Even though I think it would look good. Just seal this up a little bit. Yes, it will become a future video like Pilot Guy says. Streams kind of get posted pretty much right after I'm done streaming. It becomes its own little video. Am I still playing on max settings? You know it. You know it. Might need to extend these because I'm not fully covering up those wooden path trim there. All right, this brick and this brick, I need those. And I think for the door, I'll color the pillar as well. And then we'll do that for this little background. Keep the color kind of going through. That way it looks like it's matching a little bit more. In fact, we'll do that for this door. Come on, let me select that door. Okay, autosave, that's fine too. And anything to prevent my game from crashing, please. This door and this door. Gotta color the pillars. There we go. So I think that's a decent entryway. I need to add a few windows, I think, to the building now. So let's do that. That's a 43-minute door right there, guys. I think I'm just gonna use the same windows, to be honest. So kind of pop that down. That's a bit of a weird issue with this building. I need to do something here to cover this. It's probably the same on the other side. Yes. I kind of already know what I'll do. It's the same thing that I did on the interior. Why don't I make custom stairs on top of the ones in the game? I would. However, I try and use the normal ones as much as possible. Like for example, in here we do have custom stairs, right? For the guests to get up into the seating areas. And we have custom stairs here to go up onto the stage. However, if I have people generally walking on it, I want their feet to connect. And the only way to really do that is to leave it as default. Because if I were to build really wide stairs, say here, going all the way across and down, their feet are going to be missing the stairs, and it'll look weird. And also, I'm lazy. Mainly because I'm lazy, I think. Probably. Okay, so we got that. Window here, window here, window here. Okay. Not bad. Let's get... And it saves on part count. That too. Yeah, that's totally why I don't do it. Because I'm worried about part count. Since when have I ever been worried about part counts? I mean, if that was true, half of Alpine Odyssey wouldn't exist. Okay. Man, I keep fiddling with this door. I need to stop. You guys and your space engineers adventures that I never get to become a part of because I'm always busy. Alright, so this is what I'm going to use to kind of seal this up. I'm going to just throw a column on here. It's textured. It'll just kind of be a jut that the building will have. I'm going to color it. Okay, this side too. I feel like half the challenge to the game a lot of the time is just how to cover up ugly areas. Hello, Allie. How are you? Okay, so that works out. That's fine. I might color this. I might color it. What's this color here? It's like a purple red. I need to go inside of it. Bloop, bloop. How the heck? Let's see. Does that look better? I don't know. I don't know if this looks better or not. I think it does. Kind of ties the roof down into the middle of the building. That's good. File another stream. Yay! Stream. Alright. Now, I need to kind of garden this area out a little bit. You gotta go? Well, thanks for stopping by. I'm probably just going to garden this half, because I still don't know how this building is going to interact forward and into the pathway. I mean, I know a little bit of it. Like, we were testing ideas for it over here, which I might redo. I might actually use this roof design on this structure. Might look better. You want this to be a bit darker? I think so. The materials kind of make it match. There we go. I think that's better. Whoa, looks good. Thanks, Soul. All right, let's mess around with the new planters a bit. Come up with a height here. 1, 2. What I kind of want to do is have a 90-degree bend here. And then, oh man, this is a grid item, great. Can I show Alpine Odyssey at nighttime? I can. I mean, it doesn't really, to be honest, have a whole lot of lights still, but yeah, I can do that. Just let me put in this planter here. Real quick. Theme Master's Toolkit, that thing? I think that's what you mean by TMT. I think it's cool. I'm never going to use anything from it, but I mean, I'm glad the option is there for such a thing. Again. In fact, this might be better. I wish there was an L-shaped junction here that didn't do what it's doing. Like, I don't like it how it's doing that. So what I'll probably do is, I don't know. First things first, I need the soil to be in here. Just like that. Then over to here. And then this, I might just copy this over to there. And leave it. That just might be how it goes. Grab the single-sided planter. The issue is the length of that is wider than I need it to be. So it's gonna clip in some strange fashion. I think this, and then what I'll do is I'll grab maybe this planter that I'm using like as a foundation. See if we can't seal it off. Nope. I'd find something. Yes, it does. Do you have something against testicles? Jeez. Come on, man. Don't be rude to the testicles. I agree, it looks weird. I thought it was gonna look cooler, to be honest. And I was wrong. So let's just do this instead. straighten it out there. That looks fine. A little bit more of a simple shape, but it works out. I wonder if I could get this to curve. I bet if I place a path on this corner, two things will happen. Either it's going to break the whole path, or it might work. Where the heck is pathing? Okay, there it is. You can tell. I play this game so much, guys. Boop. There we go. We got it to bend a little bit. Let's try that again. There we go. And again. Yeah. Get that path a little closer to this thing over here. There we go. That's fine. Hey, my music stopped. There we go. All right, plants. Let's put some plants on this thing. We'll probably do a few of, where are they? These. There we go. Cypress trees. Cypress. So probably just like boom, boom, boom. You know, it's gonna help with the verticality of it. I should put a pillar at the junction, like a little one here. That could work. Oh god, I have snap to service on. Take that off. Oh my goodness, there's so many like flower options, and I haven't really had time to mess with all the new ones that I'm kind of defaulting to the standard stuff because like roses, I haven't really placed these anywhere, or these flower bushes. There's too many choices. All right. I think it looks pretty regal. Look at some grass kind of just growing along the bottom here too. And then we'll get that pillar that we wanted. Will I upload the park once it's finished? Yeah. With the strict disclaimer of your computer might die. Let's try and split this angle a bit. Bop And let's do a fence. Like just try and get something on top of this here. Fence. How big will the park be? It's gonna take up the whole map, so that big? Can I make an overview of the park? Once it's done, there'll probably be an overview of the whole thing, and we'll ride all the rides and things, but I can cover kind of everything now. I wouldn't mind doing that. I mean, at the beginning of each of these streams, I kind of go over the general plans, but I'll do that here again. Let me zoom in so we can get the seating of the amphitheater. Or it's not an amphitheater, it's just a normal theater. Okay, so what we got here, we got the European section of our park in the top left. It's gonna have, you know, backstage, all that wonderful stuff through here. We have the Aztec section, kind of South American, right on here. We have the Greco-Roman area that we are working on now. We're going to be putting a water park on the right side of the lake here. We have the mystery theme, which has been leaked, but, you know, people haven't really been saying it too much, which is good. We have the Asian area that's going to be up north. We have the parking lot area. We're going to probably put a resort somewhere, if I can squeeze it in. And, of course, backstage all around. And, you know, backstage is going to be very similar to what we see here in most cases. It's pretty important. Kind of help really ground the park into reality. Yes, you'll have to find the stream. Yes, the Asian area will be right here on this side of the lake. They'll have their own train station, I think, right here. I might move this to this side, I don't know yet. Will I be able to run the park when it gets near the end? Don't know. We're basically going to keep building until either Planet Coaster dies or it's finished. However long that takes. Alright, so we kind of added the front to the theater. I think this looks good. Let's get some benches near here. So people can have a sit. Sometimes I wish these wouldn't like snap, like, and I could still rotate them. Why did we keep all those pieces for the European? You're talking about the tile set? The tile set, I've kind of kept all the tile sets in a way. Like, we got some tile sets back here, we got them over here. In case I ever need to redo a section, basically. I mean, they'll probably end up getting removed at some point. Probably once it's closer to completion. Alright, garbage can. Okay, why can this fit, but this one not? Explain, Planet Coaster. Because your thought process feels flawed. Alright, let's do that. I'll just move the bench closer. What's my current upload stream schedule? Oh, I did kind of want to cover that today since I have a decent amount of people tuning in. So right now we are doing City Skylines on Mondays. Working on Wheaton. And then we are doing on Wednesdays Stonehearth and Space Engineer builds. So that's Wednesdays. Friday will be Alpine Odyssey. And Sunday will generally be a stream of some kind. It's not always going to be streaming Alpine Odyssey, guys. It just kind of depends on how I feel about it. Okay. Should I get some ivy going up the build? No. Alright, so we have that. I can't really do anything back here till this building's done. These set of buildings are going to be next episode, so I don't have to worry about that. Let's get the railings done on the Coliseum. Well, originally when I built the Coliseum, I didn't think anyone would be up on this section because I didn't think I could actually get it to work. Luckily, we were able to do so, but it's going to be now a manual process to put all the railings in. Let's do fence. Don't quite know what type of fencing to do, to be honest. It might have to be like a little bit more of a secure fence, to be honest. Actually, I think that's just the standard black wrought iron is really all it needs. And then we'll try and get some viewports into here so we can get some foot traffic. In as well. This is too low now. The thing I hate of Planet Coaster when you want to put two paths close, the only thing you get is a tiny line of grass between the two paths. Yep. Yep, that's how it goes. By the way, if you guys want, you can see Silent Night talking about space engineers. We do have our community Discord. Pilot Guide and Silent Night do a lot of kind of space engineers together. I do make some announcements in Discord. There's probably a link in this video somewhere for it. So if you want to check that out. Also, you can follow me on Twitter to get other updates to things, especially if I'm working late and say a video doesn't come out, or if there's a problem with a video and it's delayed. Those are kind of the best ways to get notified of that stuff. You can also sponsor the channel, which is a button down below as well. You get access to emotes and cool little things if you want to do that. And that's much appreciated if you choose to do so. Some people have asked if I wanted to start a Patreon. The answer is to that right now, no. Mainly because Patreon is doing some stuff that I don't like as well. So that's not going to really happen anytime soon. I wonder if I can copy this whole thing over. Just click it into place. Oh my goodness, I can. This is a lot faster. Why wasn't I doing this before? Hello, Ray. How are you? That. Click that into place. Also, the nice thing, since they do have access up to here, they could sit here and watch. You know, say they have a kid on the ride or something and they just want to keep an eye on them. They can come up here, get some good views of the thing going around. Good morning from Ohio. I used to live right across the river from Ohio. Grew up in good old West Virginia. I know your guys' cornfields very well. It's like 12 a.m. for you? Wow. On a school night, you need to go to bed. Boop. Okay, put that down there. Slowly but surely, increasing our part count. There we go. Oh, one more. Okay, so good luck, Bill. Thanks. You have a good night. I'm gonna cheat for the lower level. I'm gonna drag this way up here. Then we are going to just lop off everything above the railings. And hopefully everything below the railings, but at the grid. Nope, don't quite remember you. Sorry, it's been a while. And plus I'm terrible with names. In fact, I don't even remember half the people I meet. Let's do this and this. At least not name-wise. If I saw someone's face, I would probably remember them. Alright, so we clean that up. And now we're cleaning this side up. We don't need the grid on this side, which is good. Timber and Stone, we spoke on Steam. Don't remember. Timber and Stone was a real long time ago, like it said. Alright, cool. We got all the railings now in place. So now they can't just hop onto the train tracks, which is good. Good old Timber and Stone. I wish that game got a little bit more support. Because it was a good game. I really enjoyed Timber and Stone. Okay, so we get all that. My next, guys, what area do you want to work on? So we just kind of pan across near the plane. It's 5:20 p.m. here. Wow. Also, you're from Spain. Cool. Glad I have fans all over the world at this point. It's pretty cool. I mean, I grew up in a really small town, so it's interesting for me to kind of realize that. But thanks for the support. lag. Different areas, European, Aztec, Greco-Roman, we're gonna have Asian, a water park, and a mystery area. So, and of course the whole backstage kind of theming. Cool to work on the area near the entrance, something that goes around the cutting in the ground. What do you mean? You're talking about like back here? You're recommending Roller Coaster Tycoon 3? I do not like Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. I'm not good with the isometric camera and stuff. What's left for the restaurant? To actually make it into a restaurant. That is basically it. Oh, someone wanted to see, by the way. Someone wanted to see what this looked like at night. I believe. So this is Alpine Odyssey at night. Nope, haven't tried Rising World. Yes, I have heard, and I have Parkitect. It's a good kind of spiritual successor for RCT, I think. I would do some building plans. No, I don't want to move on to a new area until we finish the Roman area. And after the Roman area, we're going to do the Asian area. I'm saving the water park for last. I'm holding out for that water park DLC, if it ever happens. It's going to be the one DLC that we'll have in here if they make it. Because I enjoy making things functional, and that's kind of required. Can I light up the theater with stage lights? I need to. Like right now, there's like no lights over here yet. Like none. Just none. In fact, this section doesn't even really have lights either. The only lights are like from structures that we kind of put the lights inside for details. Like our staff room kind of thing. Yeah, it's gonna be Alpine Odyssey is what feels like a never-ending project. But I'm kind of holding off on lights as well. As much as I would love to fully light up Alpine Odyssey, it affects performance a little bit. And so for now, that's going to be probably the last detail that we add next to the final like fireworks show. So yeah, once Alpine Odyssey is like fully built and everything like that, we'll light it all up. And then I need to build the fireworks show, which is going to be like hours of fiddling with the timing block and getting that working. And then it'll be done. Bridge between Aztec area and Asian area. Which theme is it going to be? You're talking about this bridge? This bridge will probably be a Asian kind of themed bridge, most likely. Yeah, see, they say something can't be done, and then they pleasantly surprise you. A co-op of Planet Coaster? It's not really a co-op game. Okay, let's do. I don't know what to do right now. This is like so plain looking, but it needs to be plain looking. Tell you what, I'm gonna put some hedges along the side of the building here. Don't know, Alex. Me and co-op games, especially ones that like you can do creative building stuff in, I tend to be a little overbearing when it comes to who I'm playing with, and I tend to want to design everything myself and tell everyone to fuck off. Because like I have like a specific look I want to try and do, and then someone builds like a box house somewhere, and then I get frustrated. So like, for example, I'm playing Atlas with like my brother and a couple of our friends from from high school, college, you know, and I'm building everything. They're not allowed to build any structure. I'm building it all because it's just my design theory is better than theirs. So I can become a little bit of a dick when it comes to that stuff. Collab with Raptor? I mean, it depends. Like Raptor, the games Raptor plays and what he does is really different from what I do. So unless I'm making him a map for like Minowar Assault Squad and playing that, I don't know. Or like Farming Sim or something, but generally anything that I do with Raptor is on his channel. Why don't you try co-op with us? I mean, occasionally, some people from the community will host like Space Engineers, and I'll hop on and play with people. That's kind of the most co-op-y game that I've done with the community so far. Oh, okay, so you're talking about the project with Rudy? Rudy, I killed that, basically. That was our tower build, and I just didn't have time to continue it. Didn't expect me to be streaming today. Well, surprise, surprise. I'm not really accepting friend requests on Steam right now, mainly because like my friends list is generally full, and I get people messaging me when I'm recording. But you're definitely free to join our community Discord. I think there's a link to it in the description. Let's see. Yep, there's a link in the description of the video. By the way, I don't know what I'm doing with these hedges. I'm just laying down a pattern. I'm literally turning my brain off and being like, what looks cool here? Let's try and bump this out, get some different shapes. Zimir, just Nightbot has not been posting. I don't know. It could be like I haven't streamed in so long. Nightbot is just like, I'm not coming back. But yeah, I haven't really noticed it either. Let me see. Scroll up through here. Nope, don't really notice it. It's generally it requires so many messages a minute, I think, for it to post. A wing coaster or a kid coaster in the villa. This is a restaurant. It'd be a little weird to put a coaster in your restaurant. But the only coaster in this area is going to be I guess it's called a rival. I'm not good with my coaster types, but it's one of these. Nightbot dashboard is gone for you. Man, I mean, they could have updated it. And maybe... No, sorry, Alex. Just... It's been 2 years. That's all. It's not a purposeful thing, but... You must summon Nightbot by posting? Sure, just go ahead and spam, guys. More spam. Just Keep it up. More. Just say whatever you want. Spam emotes if you want to. Here, have some cats. Have some gnats and some food. There you go. Had to reset it, you think? Yep. Might need to be done. Let's actually work on the base of our Poseidon statue real quick, because I kind of want to copy a couple around. Well, we got Santa. It's not Christmas time anymore, yo. You can't be using that. Ooga chaka, ooga chaka. Okay. Let's grab this. When it makes sense to put hold on, I'm misreading now. Why did I think there was another statue there? I mean, there used to be. We used to put some other statues here. Like we have our Athena one back there. This one. Really, I need to make more statues because this is supposed to be kind of aligned with them, you know? Like spaced out a little bit. Like Athena would be like over here. We've got Poseidon. But these things take a while to build. Haven't thought about the next god. I think Zeus would be good. It would be interesting to try and get the lightning bolt though, to look good. Wouldn't it make sense to put one of real restaurants into the villa? Ones that work like the hotels? Yeah, we'll be putting actual like things for people to use in them. So like Poseidon, I think I want it to repeat again like down here. So we need another statue to place. Statues, the Poseidon statue has about 230 pieces involved into it. I think this needs to go over a little bit more. Can't believe you hit 22,000 subs. Yep. I've been losing subs actually, but that's fine. The repeated Poseidon statue should have a different stance position for the repeat. I swear, that's more work than it's worth. Too much effort involved in that, sir. Yeah, I'm losing subs right now. That's fine. I haven't uploaded in months. Alright, we got that. This. I think that looks good. Isn't that overly repetitive? And then we can get another statue variant there, here, and then a cap. That's fine. Good to have me back. Well, thanks, Mark. Trojan horse on the other side of the area and people walk under it? Maybe. A hippocampus statue? What is that? That's like a part of the brain? A hippocampus? Okay. That looks fine. By the way, for the queue here, I am thinking about doing like some really compact like housing almost. So like if we go back to Google Earth real quick and I zoom out and say let me find like a little bit more of a good area here. So for the queue, what I might end up doing is throwing in and trying to make it look like this, maybe like a small version of like just city blocks. I think that would be cool. Not sure though how that will work, but definitely want something here. Gotta go. Oh, thanks for stopping by again, Alex. Good to see you. Have a good one. Okay. So we got the front of the building done. I need to put a few new bushes up here and maybe some flowers. You don't have to do that. Let's see. Topiary. Try that. After I finish this building, can I do a POV? POV of what? Arbitrarily raise some of these up. Alright, so we got that. That. Some height changes in there, and then I guess we'll fill it with some flowers? Question mark? Don't know. Ooh. I didn't even know they added these. Like flowery vines. That's cool. Yeah, they are a little weird to use, to be honest. I can see that. It requires a very kind of specific look, to be honest. Can you donate through Discord? Nope. Well, the way to donate is there's a PayPal link down below and the super chat through YouTube. Those are basically it. Should use the tool maker's toolkit items to just drastically cut down. Maybe, but the toolkit is I consider it almost like DLC in a sense that it is something that people probably don't want to download, or workshop items in that sense as well. They don't want to have to download things to like enjoy your park. So again, I'm trying to not really do anything like that. How's the cat doing? Jasper's doing fine. I think he's asleep still. Freaking cat. Like I would have like really enjoyed to have like cat cam and stuff, right? Because that's kind of something I wanted to do when we started streaming again after I moved. But the whole, he doesn't hang out with me. He hangs out with Ashley, my girlfriend. So he just never is in this room generally unless she's in here. So do toolkit parts automatically downloaded if Pussy Park has them? I don't know. I also just don't want to bother looking through them as well. Basically, my theory behind it is this is kind of like a showcase of what you can do with just the default game, right? Like, you don't need all the DLC, you don't need all this extra fanciful things. Like, I don't even have like the cars from Planet Coaster. Like, I made my own. So, yeah, I'm still living in DC. It's an unnecessary thing. Now, there are nice things about them because it would increase workflow and like how quickly you could build things depending on what kind of parts they add. But it's just not a requirement. It's kind of my point for it. Minus a lot of lag. Yeah. Okay. So we got that. I was putting planters up here. As a good kind of barrier for these transition, right, from our Greco-Roman. And if I put planters up here, I'll be able to put trees and shrubs. So we'll continue that. Natural walls and stuff are pretty important to me. Alright, so we got all that. Get some trees. Perhaps some smaller ones as well. If you could export what you built in Planet Coaster, I would definitely just 3D print the park. If there was a way to do that, that'd be pretty cool. Hello, Prod. How are you? I mean, yeah. Is the pyramid, the shell of the pyramid is complete, but the pyramid itself is not. No. I wish it was, but I am still personally really burnt out on Aztec. Never build it again. It would be a good day. Yeah, this is gonna clip through a little bit, but this archway will eventually be a little bit more finished of a piece. Aztec was the worst. Like, worst to build or worst looking? Because I think now that it's done, it's fine. Alright, have a good one, Dominic. Thanks for stopping by. Worst to build looks great. Thanks. Yeah, that's a really hard thing to do, Mark. For sure, but it's definitely the only way to like build some stuff. Is to essentially. Is there a way to put water on the aqueduct? No. The only way to put water going through this thing would be to use what we're doing for the waterfall. So these jets and stuff. But they're not that great looking, to be honest. And it would look like it's flowing way too fast. So aqueducts are actually generally pretty gentle of a slope. So I don't think it would work. Wish there was. And plus this aqueduct's broken. So like it's not gonna, you know, like I could have it flow off here and like go down a pipe or something, which could look cool, but eh. A lot of aqueduct bridges are covered on top too. Yeah, probably to keep a lot of outside, like dirt, dust, debris from getting inside. Just for aesthetic. So that's when I get in trouble, because then I start just adding a whole bunch of detail needlessly. Because that's what we do here on the Uthers channel. Hashtag park counts. This isn't clipping through too much, is it now? Okay, still fine. Seems like you really like the new planters. I love them. They're really good for footers on buildings. They're a good, nice, new cut version of stone that add some detail that I think the medieval stone should have. So like if we take a look at their medieval stone cutting, like their castle, like this stone is far too perfectly cut for me. Like, there's no rounded stone in there. And I don't think the stones are big enough sometimes as well. So it's interesting. Okay. All right, tell you what. We are kind of coming up to our 2-hour limit on streaming here. If you guys have any ideas and suggestions for things, now is a good time to do it. If you have anything that you want me to look at in the park, now would be a good time to suggest that as well. But I'm basically kind of done building. I'm getting a little hungry. It's about noon at this point. So I might be cutting this one off here soon. Yeah. I think the next stream we'll do the whole interior and decorating for the restaurant there. What's going on with the dock? What do you mean? It might just be a LOD issue. Or are you talking the staircase? I don't know yet. I did put the staircase in just so people can come out to the dock, because I wanted it to be a bit of a viewpoint eventually. And I think it would be cool to have that. And then if we can do some covered areas for the staircase, it would help kind of ground the station anyways. Hope we can catch that live. Yep, we'll be here probably next Sunday. Do a Roman market for the Colosseum queue. I think that's a good idea. Yeah. It would be nice and low so people could still see the arch and stuff. Because unlike the European section where we have the windmill, or the Aztec section where we have this giant pyramid, there's nothing super tall on the Roman area. I mean, they're tall buildings, but they're all roughly the same height, so there's nothing to really stick out until we probably build this coaster, which will be its main weenie, probably. I had to say there's not plenty of other tall buildings through here. Gonna add a Greco-Roman temple, or do you have one already? If I add a temple, it might be involving the coaster more, or back here. But I do want a temple, yes. Cool. Okay. Yep, so with that, we're gonna go ahead and end the stream here. Can we get a POV of the train and see how it looks from it? Tell you what, sure. We will ride the train in all of its laggy glory. We'll ride the train. I think if I can get on that one, that would be ideal. Okay, hold on. Let's go back a few cars here. And switch trains. Speed up time real quick. Change some seats. Leaning Tower of Renaissance. That would be kind of neat. Put in a leaning tower somewhere. A lot of people ride the train, which I'm happy that they are nowadays, because there's actually some stuff at the Greek section to people to actually board the train with. Oh boy, look at that autosave kicking in. Beautiful. Really great for the views. I love this maintenance yard. The switching house and stuff. Beep beep. Whistle whistle. The interior of the train station there. I'm gonna speed up time just so this can get unloaded and loaded a little quicker. Oh my god, these people are actually staying on it. So this is the current kind of view of everything from the train. It's definitely one of my favorite ways to view Alpine Odyssey. The coaster just went by there. How many guests? 1,000. Over like 12,000 people can show up if we actually turn off the limit. So that becomes a lag fest. Here's some of the Aztec area from below. Anyone gonna splash down when we come by? Ooh, right there. It's a nice little view. The inside of the temple is as broken and bare bones as ever. Come out the other side. Right by the Colosseum. Get some clipping that I need to get rid of. And you kind of round this corner, and then you're greeted with, you know, the arch, the theater now, which is nice to see back there. And then, of course, we have our dock and our boat on the other side. There's almost like too much to look at. Like, I would have to, if I make a POV of the train, then it's almost better to, once the whole park is built, maybe look across the lake the whole way, rather than what's close, just so you can see more. But until then, we're kind of stuck with the close view, unless we ride it on this side of the lake. We can kind of see everything. Yeah. Anyways, that's it for today's stream of Alpine Odyssey. Thanks, guys, for stopping by. We'll be streaming again next weekend. Friday, we'll have a new episode out. And that's it. So if you want, you can subscribe. You can join us on Discord. Follow me on Twitter. Donate if you want to do that as well. Become a sponsor for the emotes. And I'll see you in the next stream.